Vaya para allá.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
Good
teacher.
evening. Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you today? Okay. Down. Okay. Okay, give me 1 minute just to see if more people is going to come. So more people enter today.
Hello to everyone.
Hello. Okay. So let's start the class. So good evening, everybody. Again, I'm going to start with telling you that I have sent a message today, explaining more or less what about the grade of the first activity that you did. That has to do with a forum, with a virtual forum. In that virtual forum, I'm going to show you here specifically what was the idea. And I am going to open the forum because I know that the forum is closed. And I'm going to open the forum here. Give me a second. For you to see what happened, what you wrote on that forum. Okay. What I'm doing. Yes. Okay, so now you can open, you can enter to the forum to see. Remember something here. I'm going to share this one. In this activity number 1, that's why I said always that you have to read this study guide just to see the step-by-step the activity. Here you have the activity 1.1. In this activity, hello. In this activity, we have 4 different steps. The first one says, before reading the chapters for unit, participate in the forum. So it is supposed that you have to participate the first time, and everybody did it, right? Then it says, answer critically to 2 of your classmates. In this part, some of you didn't do it, because you have to answer the first forum to reply the first forum to someone else. Then it says, after having worked on the mind map here, you have to go back to the main question and answer the question again. Because remember that this one is before reading, so it is your perception. In the second one, you have another perception because you have done the mind map and you have done many things, so you can state the reasons why, you can change your mind. Here I ask, state the reason why you change your mind or you stick to the first thought, right? If it was about the first one, you was the same, there were no problem, okay? And then it says answer critically to 2 of your classmates. So if we can see here the step-by-step procedure, we can see that at least you must have participated 1, 3, 5, 6 times. You see? But some of you didn't, only participated once. And others didn't do the second part, this one. Right, so you have to pay attention to the rubrics, to the step-by-step procedure of each one of the activities, especially these ones, because the other activities that you have developed is only develop the activity and that's it. It is not a special procedure for doing something, right? So I want, if you have any complaint about the grade, and if you feel that your grade is too low, please let me know, but through the chat, okay? I understand that some of you could be a little, I don't know, upset because this is
No, disappointed.
a what?
Disappointed only.
Okay, but okay, I'm not talking about just one person, okay? But I would like you to do that, but not during the class. You can wait till the end of the class and we can chat about this one. Okay, so in order to avoid any other problem, I try to explain always, no, it is this one, what we have to do along the classes, especially the activities. I am going to explain the unit number 3, because unit number 3 is the closure of this course. And in this unit number 3, we have 3 different activities that are very important to understand in order to start. The first one is very simple. Ivan, I cannot understand what you wrote on the chat. Ivan. It has a deadline, right? So you had the time, and it was not an activity of only 1 week. So pay attention to this. This is the unit number 3. The first activity that we are going to do is again a lesson. I know that you have had some problems with the lesson, but we are going to do that. Or maybe we can change it, okay? And you can do it by hand, right? So we can change this activity in order to avoid those inconveniences that you have had with the activities designed on the platform. We can do it on paper. Yep, so yes, better. We are going to do it on paper.
Excuse me, teacher, but well, however you want, but actually the problem was more like
because it in one question it went back because we've done other activities and there have been no problem. I mean, it was with this specific because with you we have already done some and they work perfectly, and in other classes we've also done it and I don't see the problem. But however you decide is okay. So just I'm saying that I don't know why this specific activity had that issue because
I don't
others-
know either. I don't know either because believe me, is the first time that it happens to me.
yeah, and it
Okay.
always works normally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what happened in that case. Okay, but let's continue. We are going to discuss about that later in a moment. Okay, this one is a workshop, so you have to develop this one and upload it. I am going to program this tonight because I made up my mind and change this one. The second one, activity 3.2 and activity 3.3 are like activities that are going to take time and you have to follow the instructions very carefully. It is very important to read each one of the instructions and pay attention to what you are going to do. Okay? So activity 3.2, it is a text analysis. This is a text analysis. So how are we going to analyze the text? First, here, you are going to choose a text. Could be a fable, an anecdote, a short report, a piece of news, whatever of those texts that you can select, but minimum 8 sentences, right? The first thing that you have to do is analyze the sentence syntactically. This is something that we are going to work on today, the syntax. So how you are going to analyze the sentence is something that we are going to work right now. Then you have to show the text in a transcription phonetically. So you have to transcribe the text, okay? And do an analysis of that. I mean, the analysis is just the transcription. The fourth,
A question, but the transcription is of all that text. Let's say the
yes,
whole paragraph.
yes,
Ah, okay, all right.
the
Okay,
the whole text that you have selected. Then,
Could it be a song too?
yes, it could be. The thing
Okay,
is
sir.
that the analysis maybe it's going to be a little harder if the song is too complicated. I mean the syntax analysis, okay?
Yeah.
Because
I
the
got it,
other
sir.
two,
Thank
the
you.
phonetical analysis or the analysis phonetically, the transcription or the morphological analysis is the same. It doesn't matter the text.
Okay.
But you have to decide, you have to read very carefully the text before choosing it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So then we are going to do something similar to what we did last class, identifying the morphemes that have inflections or derivations, and we are going to say what kind of derivation or inflection it is. Okay, it is not complicated.
Yeah.
That's the end of this work.
But I have two doubts. One, in that also we have to use in every word. I mean, 8 sentences of the story. We have to do it for every word in there, or we have to choose some, or
All the words.
The thing is that not all the words are going to have like a derivation or an inflection.
Of course.
Right? Because it depends. I wrote here something that is content words.
Okay.
Right? So you are going to analyze the verbs, the adjectives, but not all the adjectives have a derivation or an inflection. So you have to pay attention to that. At least you have, I propose to do like a table, like a chart, in which you can illustrate the composition of the words.
Okay. And I have another question. It says there, I saw that they said that it was a group activity. And it says there, upload the text and record
Wait.
reading the text. So my question is, both people.
Wait a moment because I couldn't listen.
Okay.
Repeat,
Now?
please.
Okay. So it says there that we have to upload the text, I suppose the text that we chose, and record our voices. So
Yeah.
my question is,
To
if we do it in pairs, do we have to do each of us reading all the text or half and half?
No, I prefer you to read all the text. It is a short text, so it is not going to
Yeah,
be
of course. No problem.
a long recording. But I prefer you to upload one recording per person.
And this has to be in a Word document, or can it be like in a PowerPoint so we can send it like kind of like in a video, or I don't know.
Could be in a PowerPoint.
Okay, great, thanks.
You decide the form.
Okay.
You decide the form. Any other question about this?
Teacher, sorry, I have a question, but about the workshop that's about this week, because you say, okay, you say when you were explaining about the forum that we have to read and do the things that you say in the rubrica. But if you put the workshop and you ask to all that we're gonna do that in Word, it's gonna be something difficult because in my case, write again the same document in Word. In the last test, I make mistakes writing. So if I write something wrong, I'm gonna get a bad score. And the other thing is that all that symbols in Word, I don't know how to put that in Word. So can we just print the workshop and do it, and then how to say, take a photo, how to say that, scan?
You are talking about the transcription?
No, I'm talking about the first test, the first task this week for the next Sunday.
But I am not talking about that. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
second.
but you start talking about that and pass to this one.
Yes,
So
because
I have a question about
the
the
first
one.
one is something that I'm going to discuss with you during the class.
Ah, okay.
I told you. Okay, so let me explain this and I'm going to explain the other. Right? I'm going to explain the last one before starting with the previous. This is the activity 3.3. In this activity, the idea is that you are going to design a class. What you have to do, take one of the topics of the class, whatever you like, whatever. One or two, it says here. Design an English class or design a class in which you can include the selected topics. Prepare the materials and the procedures and record your class. You have to present it in that video. So it is like a video, what you have to do. But before doing that, you have to plan the class. So you are going to describe, without any format, but describe what are your procedures in the plan. So for that reason, it says upload the paper with the plan of your class in the forum final project. But it is only the plan, okay? So the procedure, I am going to use this, I'm going to focus on this, and follow, and the follow-up of activities that you have here, right? And then it says that we have to share the forum, the link to the forum final project. We can do that, but my idea was that you have to comment on those link on those videos, but we are not going to have time. Because if you pay attention to the deadline of this activity is, I think that it is April
31st, I think.
April
March
what?
31st, it says.
Yes, March 31st.
I think I saw that it says March 31st.
Yeah, yes, it is. It is March 31st. And our final class is on March the 1st. in which I'm going to give you the final grades.
So there's no
So
time.
there is no time for you to start watching the videos of everybody. We are not going to do that. Okay? I am going to be the only one who watches the videos. Okay, you can watch the videos, but you don't have to do it. How long does it have to last? Is one question that Maria Fernanda asks. Asks. Maximum 10 minutes. 10-minute video is long, okay? And
Yeah.
minimum 5,
Sorry,
from 5 to 10.
sorry, I have a question. When you say we have to do a lesson, that do we have to do it with our students in the school? Or
No,
can we-
no, no, no. Imagine that you are doing a class like on YouTube. A
Just
YouTube
us.
class.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
When I say material, is because sometimes you present some pictures or material in order to inform people about what happens, what you are talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the material I'm talking about. But no, you don't have to do that in a regular class.
All right.
And again, the thing of groups, we can do like the class like we were doing the class, both of us. I mean, like one gives one part, the other the other.
Yeah, that's something that worries me. I prefer you to work in pairs if it is possible, not in groups. Okay, in pairs.
Yeah, but I mean, even in pairs, can we do it? I mean, like have the video one or be like going
Yes.
from one to the other?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It could be.
Okay. Awesome.
It could
Teacher, I
be.
have a question right here.
Yeah.
If we have the chance, like, to have kids in our class and
You can
record
do
an
it.
actual,
Mhm.
because I can record an actual class of mine. Can I do that? And so yeah, can I
Yes,
do it?
sure. Sure.
Okay, all right.
The thing
Okay,
is that
professor.
yes, I don't request you to do that in a class because I know that not everybody works in a school, or not everybody
Exactly.
has the population for doing a class talking about a certain topic, right? So if you have the chance and if you want, you can do it,
Okay.
right? Yes, I mean the video could be in pairs, individual or in pairs. Yep, doesn't matter. You decide. Okay, any question about this final project?
I think it's
The
cool.
teacher, the video has to be in English?
Yes,
Okay.
this is mandatory. Okay, now let's talk about the activity for this week. Okay, if you pay attention here, we have this, that it is 3 sentences within sentences, right? This is an activity that can be done in this platform. And I have another one that is stressing words. So they are 2 different topics. I would like to ask you, what do you prefer? To do this one that it is in PDF and you can do at home and then send a scan copy of this, or the second one that you have to use the platform? Which one do you prefer?
Is
The
the
second one.
second one has
Okay, we are going to vote on the chat.
the second one? It is the second one with time?
Yes. All of them have time. I mean that one. The other one, you can do it along the week.
Here's one.
I'll go for the second one.
The
What
I
is the
chat.
like the first one.
What is the second one? The PDF or
No,
the?
the virtual one.
No,
Okay.
the PDF is better.
Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people. 5 people. 5 people out of 19. Out of 18. Okay.
Christian
far-
wrote only to me.
Sorry?
No, that Christian wrote only to me. Right in public.
So far, we have the second one.
Sorry, and when is this assignment due?
This
Sunday.
weekend.
Oh, okay, cool.
This weekend. And I think that you have more than one chance. Okay? It is not only one chance. As usual, you never have one chance in here. It is not an exam. It is an activity.
I think it's good that we have that chances because I guess we can correct what we have wrong.
Uh-huh.
It's a good way to learn. It's not about the grade; it's about learning. At the end of the
Okay.
day.
Yes, yeah, I agree. I agree. Maria Fernanda is asking if there is a difference in the activity. Yes, the topic is a little bit different. The first one has to do with words, only with the stressing words. So I'm going to show you, and you can see it anyway. I'm going to show you what you have to do here. This is an explanation, this part, the first part. It is exactly the same methodology. I mean, there is an explanation and then there are some exercises. Here we have some exercises. It is not complicated. The thing is that it's long. This one is long. So these are the exercises, and there here we have the transcription. This is the part that Ivan was asking. If he has to do it with a computer, or if he can do it by hand, and then send a copy, like a scan, so you can send this kind of this, right? That's the idea. The second one, that is this one, stress within sentences, is more or less.
It's much easier. I think this is better.
Could be. This is better. This has an explanation, as you can see. This first part is an explanation, you see? And then we have some exercises.
That's easy.
Let's do it as a group now. It'll be cool.
No, I don't agree.
No.
I'm just kidding, but it looks nice.
Okay, yes, I know that you were kidding.
Second one better for me.
Okay, so as the vote has closed, the vote is closed now.
So who won?
The second one.
Perfect.
The second one. The second one. Only one person voted for the first one. So we are going to do that for this activity 3.2 or 3.1, these ones. 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. Okay?
Awesome.
Okay, right. So we have to start working on something that it is necessary for the project, and it is the analysis of sentences from the syntax. So in order to do this, we are going to start with this presentation. I'm going to try to do it shortly, but if we are short in time, I'm going to upload anyway. You know, I upload the slides for you to understand. In this case, with syntax, it is okay. Let me start with the other one. I'm going to start with this one because this is the first one. We have to start with the word categories, or what we call the function of the words according to syntax. Remember that syntax and grammar is different because syntax is in charge of the structure of the sentence, and grammar has to do with the rules that are on the sentence in order to have a coherent sentence, right?
But when you talk about word categories, is it the same as parts of speech?
Yes, the parts of speech.
Okay.
The parts of speech.
So is grammar considered inside syntax? I mean, grammar is a part of syntax?
No.
The rules,
No.
or doesn't have anything to do?
Yes, they are related, but you can say that a sentence, for example, could be syntactically correct but grammatically incorrect.
Okay.
Yes, because it has to do with that. Magda, the decision has been made. The decision is that we are going to do the second one. Okay. Right. Thank you for this. So in these parts of a speech that Christian called it that way, and we can call it that way as well, we have this to identify these aspects, right? Remember in grammar or in syntax, sorry, we can have here the noun. This is the first part of a speech. The adjectives, the prepositions, the conjunctions, the determiners, the verbs, adverbs, and interjections. Those are the parts of a speech. Yeah? To identify the parts of a speech is the same as in Spanish. The first is the noun, and you know the noun are words that denotate people, animals, things, or places. Whatever those words. Could be Jorge, house, cat, park, and so on and so forth, right? Syntactically speaking, we have to take into account also the position of the words in order to identify what the noun or what the noun is, or what is the function that the function that the word is having there, right? We have to consider the shape, and we have to consider the function of the word. In the case, for example, of some nouns, we can, for example, this one, these affixes, the hood, ship, shun, and ness, ans, and other affixes that we can use. So we have alliance, defiance, reliance, bachelorhood, brotherhood, fatherhood, abolition, indication, demarcation, darkness, kindness, violence. So those are the kind of affixes that can constitute a noun. But in some cases, as you can see, for example, in these ones, bachelor is a noun, brother is a noun, but brotherhood is another noun, right? So those changes in nouns could be determined by the affixes that are given. But anyway, the category or the part of the speech in this case is a noun. So in English, we have some words that are called determiners. And this is something that we have to pay attention, because in syntax, they are called determiners. Okay? Although they have this form, how do you call
Indefinite adjectives.
exactly? These are
And the
articles.
articles.
Exactly. So in this case, they are not going to be called articles. Articles
okay.
is called grammar. In
Old
here,
school.
sorry?
That's old school.
No, yeah, it has to do with another aspect. So
Okay.
in here we have the determiners like these ones: the, these, that, those, which, who.
Those which and whose.
Those are determiners. Okay. In this case, also you know that they have other names in grammar.
Yeah.
Can I use demonstratives for that, teacher?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I use demonstratives for, is the same that determiners?
No. Yes, this is on the demonstrative, this one. But in the case of the whole group, in syntax, they are going to call determiners.
Determiners.
Okay, thank you very much.
Determiners. Right. Here we have syntax. Sorry, nouns and adjectives. So the other category is an adjective, and you know that an adjective is a word that describes or gives a characteristic or says something about the noun. It is the definition of an adjective. So, sorry, here. No, but we have to pass this very quickly. The adjectives are only those kind of words that gives characteristics to the nouns, and the adjectives only work with nouns, right? The noun subclasses, maybe we have to avoid this one because we don't have much time today. But okay, we have the common nouns, the proper nouns, the numerals, and the pronouns. In the case of the pronouns, we have to be very careful, not confuse the pronouns with the adjectives, the possessive adjectives, The possessive pronouns are these ones: mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs. This is a pronoun because it replaces an object or it replaces something. And a personal pronoun that you know, or the reflexive pronouns. Yeah. The common nouns, the proper nouns, and the numerals is the same in Spanish. It happens the same, so the pronouns. It is exactly the same, but they are nouns. As you said, Luis Felipe, here we have some pronouns, like demonstrative pronouns. Pay attention to this. This is a pronoun when it is replacing the whole noun. It is a
It's like the
determiner.
object.
Exactly. It is a determiner when it is accompanied by a noun.
Oh, no.
Okay? So, for example, when you
This
say
car.
this car, exactly, it is this, in this case, is a determiner.
Oh, okay.
But when you only say that, works very good, you are using that as a demonstrative pronoun. You are replacing everything, right? So it depends on the sentence and the position of the word. For that reason, I said we have to pay attention. The same happens with which or whose. It depends what happens in relation to the whole word, to another word, sorry, or in the whole sentence. Yeah, so we are going to give some examples in a moment. So we have here the reciprocal pronouns. So these ones are pronouns, each other or one another. Those are pronouns. The relative pronouns, that, who, which, whose. Interrogative, so the WH questions, whatever. Indefinite pronouns, anybody, no one, nothing, somebody, someone, something. They are still pronouns and they are in the category of the noun. Okay? So here, okay, let's go with this one. I don't want to focus on this. This one, the verbs. You know that a verb is something that someone, it's an action, could be an action, but a verb could be a state as well. So we have state verbs and action verbs. But anyway, if they are saying or if they are showing an action, they are verbs. Additionally, we have here the auxiliary verbs. You know that auxiliary verbs is the one that it is accompanied with another verb. In this case, for example, Javier is studying. The auxiliary verb is, but the main verb is studying. This is the main verb. So we are going to call this auxiliary verb and this main verb. In the case
Or a
of
helping verb.
yes, could be. Or
Yeah.
in the case of the modal verbs, we can have the same action. I mean, the modal verbs are just modal. They are giving a mode of being. But the verb that is important is the verb that is next to it.
The main verb.
The main verb. So we can have an auxiliary verb or a modal auxiliary verb or the main verb, right? So we have here also aspectual auxiliaries, be or have, are always late. In the case of this one, this is an aspectual auxiliary. However, this is the main verb of the action. I mean the sentence. The same happens in here. He has broken 2 wines of glasses. So has, I know in this case is
Broken.
broken is the principal, but in this case has is not an auxiliary verb. Has is the aspectual because he's giving the aspectual.
That's
Perfect.
But that. Okay.
Repeat, please.
No, I was saying that that sentence is in present perfect.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but this one is not a modal verb. Not in this
An
case.
auxiliary. Oh, okay.
An aspectual auxiliary. Aspectual. In this case, it's modal because it's mode, and this one is aspect. Aspect of the verb.
Okay.
Yeah, they are auxiliaries, but it depends on the function of the auxiliary. This is modal, aspectual, and this is the passive auxiliary. In this case, it's the same verb to be,
Voice.
but it is was, is, or has, sorry, are, whatever of those forms of the verb to be in passive. And we have
Will
the dummy.
be.
Sorry?
Sorry. Will be. Future.
In will be, we have one modal verb and an aspectual auxiliary, because you are using
Oh, okay.
the verb as in this model, an aspectual. So you have a modal verb and an aspectual one. And then we have here the dummy auxiliary. We call the dummy because it doesn't mean anything. Yes, I know. We have dummy, did, do, or did, because you know they don't mean anything. I mean, it is only the tense. It only gives us the tense of the sentence, so they don't have a real meaning.
Okay. And
Yep.
does too.
Yes, do, does, and did.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so let's continue because the most important part is the other ones. So we have here prepositions. Preposition has, okay, one question, Maria Fernanda. What is your question? Here. Oh, this one. All perfect tenses have an auxiliary, an aspectual auxiliary verb. But the to be as well. The to be, when it is only, Maria Fernanda is asking if it is a spectral. In this case, the to be is an aspectual auxiliary because it's giving just a characteristic. Yes, it's the way of ser in Spanish. Yeah, or estar. Right? But only here. It is an auxiliary passive when it is accompanied in the passive tense. And it is, oh, yes. And it is an auxiliary verb when it is with other tenses. So it depends on the sentence, not on the verb. Okay, so something that you have to take into account here in syntax is what I have said. You have to pay attention to the sentence, to the context of the sentence, in order to determine what kind of word or what kind of function is each word doing in this in the sentence. Okay. Okay, so here we have the prepositions, and you know the prepositions could be only one word, like at, behind, beside, by, for, in, and so on. But also there are more than one word prepositions. By means of is one preposition. In front of is one preposition. In spite of is another preposition. Okay, so if you are going to analyze the sentence and you see this one, you take the three words as one preposition. That's it. Now, let me see the adverbs. Adverbs, you know that adverbs can modify three kind of words. An adverb can modify another adverb, an adverb can modify a verb, and an adverb can modify an adjective. So you have three chances for modifying here. An adjective only modifies nouns, but an adverb can modify, in this case, a verb, right? Like our colleague from Paris merely marks students' essays. Here, modifies an adjective, the teacher are extremely unimpressed by his efforts, or an adverb can modify another adverb. Our new professor works very hard. Taking into account that hard is an adverb that is modifying works, and very is an adverb that is modifying the adverb hard. Okay, when you say very well, very hard, those are adverbs modified by other adverbs. Yep. Conjunctions, we have here the conjunctions and, or but. This is something that we are going to do in a moment, but I'm not going to explain it right now, but with another slide.
Can we call those conjunctions fanboys too?
How? Sorry?
Fanboys.
But in syntax, you only call it conjunction.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, it is for using the same language with everybody. With everything here. So if we pay attention, the previous slides I'm going to upload as well has to do with the parts of a speech, the category of each one of the words in a sentence. But here we have to talk about phrases and clauses. Remember, just for you to remember. Okay, this is a question actually. What is a phrase?
Phrase is a sentence, no?
No. My answer for you is no.
A group of words that has a meaning.
A complete idea?
Or an idea.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You are defining sentence. You are not defining phrase. When you say that it is a group of words that has a meaning, that's a sentence.
So a group of words.
It is a group of words. Yes, very good. So it is something, it's a group of words that express an idea, not necessarily with an action. Not necessarily, Monica. Not necessarily express an idea. It can give an idea, yes, but it is not necessary that it has an idea. So if you pay attention here, we have the structure of sentences. We have words, and a group of words can form phrase. So in the first case, yes, it is a group of words. A group of words can form, or two phrases can form also a phrase too. And the phrases can form a clause, right? So in this case, a clause could be understood as well as a sentence. Yep, could be. So in a definition, you said that a sentence is a string of words or a group of words that follow grammatical rules and express a complete thought. That's your definition, and that was perfect. A sentence is made up of phrases. So far, it's a group of words, but those group of words compound a sentence. You say? A sentence is made up of phrases. At the very least, a sentence contains a verb phrase. At least, a sentence contains a verb phrase, also known as a predicate and a subject, right? We will use the term sentence and clause indistinctively. So sentence could be a noun, also clause. So if we pay attention here, we say that a phrase is a part of a sentence, and it has a verb, some of the phrases, or a subject, some of the phrases. Do you remember your high school when you say predicado nominal, predicado verbal? Yes? Very long time ago, right? So it is more or less the same. We have here, these types of sentences. Main clauses, we are going to focus first on the sentence and then we go to the phrases. They express complete thoughts and are independent of other words of sentences. Or subordinated clauses. They are dependent on other words and help to complete or modify the meaning of complete sentence. They cannot exist independently of the words they modify or complete. So when we say main clauses, it could be a sentence like this one. They express complete thoughts and are independent of other words or sentences. This is a main clause. When we have a subordinate clause, it means that we have another sentence inside a sentence that fulfills a specific function in the sentence.
A complex sentence.
Yes, it has a complex
Okay.
sentence. And it is subordinated because it
Exactly.
depends on the main sentence, on the main clause. Yeah? So let me think about, okay, for example, when you say the girl who is in red works in a bank. If I have the sentence, the girl who is in red works in a bank, what is the main clause and what is the subordinate one?
The main one,
What is the main
the
one?
subordinate,
Who is in red is the
the
subordinate
subordinate
clause.
who is in red.
Okay, pay attention to this. I'm going to write it here better. Oh no, here. I'm going to increase the size. This is very slow. Which worse. It's very awful. Okay, so pay attention that this is a sentence. It is a sentence. But if we say that there is a main clause, the main clause is,
I would think it's the girl works.
this is the main clause, as you said.
Okay, yeah.
The girl
Exactly.
works in a bank. And what is the subordinate clause?
Who is in red?
With in red.
Is in red. Why is it subordinated?
Because if you just say who is in red, you're not saying, I mean, you're not going to understand what you're talking about.
Yes,
It's incomplete. Yeah.
it's incomplete. When
It depends on the other.
yes, it depends on the other. We need this, the girl, to understand this who. Very good. Exactly. Let me read the chat because some people are. Yeah. Okay, very good. Has to do with that. Subordinated and non-subordinated. So we can understand. Sorry, I have to plug my computer. So we can understand that there are some main and subordinated in a sentence, subordination in a sentence. But it is also useful for understanding how to analyze the sentence itself, right? So here, what is a phrase? It's a part of a sentence, and we said that. It doesn't express a complete thought, and we said that. Because if it expresses a complete thought, it's a sentence. A phrase is a group of words that function as a single unit, and usually they can be substituted by a pronominal form, sometimes. All phrases have one word, which is the nucleus, the head, and the head of a phrase determines the kind of phrase we have. So every single phrase has a nucleus. If the nucleus is a noun, we have noun phrases. If the nucleum of the sentence, of the phrase, sorry, is an adjective, adjective phrase. If the nucleus of the phrase is an adverb, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase, or verb phrase. So we have here the kind of phrases that we have in syntax, okay? And we are going to see each one of them. Noun phrases. The nucleus of the noun phrase is a noun or a pronoun. The noun is the head of the noun phrase, so it is the nucleus. A noun phrase could be conformed by only one word.
The beautiful girl.
Beautiful girl are two words, But if we say, for example, she could be the noun phrase,
Okay.
right? Because it's talking about a person. Noun phrases usually function as subjects. Pay attention here. The man spoke loudly. So this one is the noun phrase. Objects. I met your friend. Your friend is a noun phrase. We have an adjective here and a noun. This one, I, is a noun phrase, but in this case it is an object. It's the object of the sentence. I'll see you after the class. The class is a noun phrase because it has a noun. Subject complement. She is a doctor. So here we have an aspectual verb and a noun phrase. Adverbials. Anna got married last month. Last month is a noun phrase that has an adverbial function, but it is a noun phrase anyway. Last as an adverb and month as the noun. Right?
Teacher, excuse me.
Yeah, Diana.
With the activity that we have to present in next week is about this analysis.
No.
No. Okay.
This analysis has to do with it is for next week, in 2 weeks, I think. Yes, this analysis.
Because you said it's syntactically.
Yes.
No.
Syntactically. Analyze the sentences syntactically. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you how. This is like the explanation in order for you to understand the different parts. But I'm going to show you how. When we have adjective, yes, okay. Adjective phrases, it is a phrase that it is made up of at least one adjective. And the adjective is the head of the noun phrase. Okay? So for example, like this one. I saw a small child. Or is a complement. She is not happy. Right? In this case, this is an adjective phrase. Or is an object complement. I consider Peter stupid. This is an adjective. We don't have many, okay, we can. Then, adverb phrases. The adverb phrase is, the nucleus is an adverb. So we have adverbials, and it was very late. So very late is an adverbial phrase. She works hard. Hard in this case, as it is alone, it is an adverbial phrase. So we have here an adverb. Prepositional phrases always start with a preposition. And a prepositional phrase usually a preposition is usually followed by a noun phrase. Okay? Most of the time. Like in here. Anna got married is the verb. In is the prepositional phrase, and then we have a noun phrase that it is July. I put the book on the table. On is the preposition and the table is the noun phrase. Always. Usually, we cannot say always, but usually the preposition is followed by a noun phrase. I bought a ring for my mother, and etc. And the verb phrases that are the most common ones. The verb phrases can be compounded. They are compounded mainly by one verb, but they can be compounded by 2 or 3 verbs depending on the aspect of the verb. And depending on that aspect, we can say that one of them is the main verb. The other are like auxiliaries or aspectuals. So we can classify the verbs in lexical, linking, or auxiliary according to the meaning. According to the number of objects it requires intransitive, transitive, or detransitive, The transitive is one that admits whatever of those, according to the form finite or not finite, with two or not two. And let me see. Okay, I am not interested on this. You can read this later. This is the number, so you can read this later because here. Sorry for passing this one very quickly, but we don't have much time. This is only descriptions of the verbs, description of the verb as well, but they are kind of. Yeah, right here. Now, if we identify the parts of a speech that we have, the determiners, the nouns, the adjectives, the adverbs, the verbs, the prepositions, we can understand the kind of phrases. And in the kind of phrases, we have noun phrases, verbal phrases, adverbial phrases, adjective phrases, and prepositional phrases. So what we have to do in order to analyze a sentence is to understand how it is constituted. So some words seem to belong together. In this case, the crazy man and is jumping off the bridge. So if we can see here, what we are looking here is one phrase, the crazy man, and is jumping off the bridge is another phrase that are part of the same sentence. So we can say that this sentence has a noun phrase and what is the nucleus of this one?
Verb phrase.
A verb phrase, exactly. So in this case, we can say that this group of words are called constituents. And always they have a head, yes, as we could analyze. This is a noun phrase because the noun is man and the verb is. So if we pay attention to the phrases, there are some patterns. For example, in the noun phrase, the constituents are determiner and noun. So a noun phrase can be constituted by a determiner and a noun. In here, a friend, a determiner and a noun, some homework, a determiner and a noun, and in this one, 2 classes is a determiner and a noun too. Okay? So usually, not always, a noun phrase is determiner and noun. In the verbs, we can have also some patterns like this one. Verb, determiner, and noun. Verb, determiner, and noun. This is a verbal phrase. Main part, that is the nucleus, that is the verb, a determiner, and a noun that it is part of a noun phrase. Always. Right? Prepositional phrases. A preposition, a determiner, and a noun. With the instructor. Form from a friend. With some homework, art classes. Okay? So this is a prepositional phrase. The whole phrase is a prepositional phrase. Okay. So now we have a noun phrase. And let me see. We're going to do an exercise here right now. So imagine that we have a sentence here. Could you please give me an example of a sentence? My imagination is not that good. Let's start.
We are in a class right now. No?
Okay. Okay. So in here, well, when we analyze this sentence, that there is a sentence, we have to determine the clauses. Sorry, the phrases. So what phrases can you determine first?
They are in a class, and the other
They-
one is right now.
They is the first phrase. They. What kind of phrase is they?
Subject. No?
Yeah.
Tiene un nombre
Noun.
específico. A noun
Okay.
phrase.
Noun phrase.
Pronoun. Well, noun.
A noun phrase.
Noun phrase.
Right?
Yes.
And that noun phrase has something. A noun.
Yeah,
What is a noun?
They.
They.
The pronoun.
Yes, it is a pronoun, yes. But it is a noun here, according
Okay.
to the category, right? Then we have the rest of the sentence. Are in a class right now. This is another phrase. And this
The
is
verb
the
phrase.
verbal phrase. Very good. So we say that the verbal phrase is constituted by something. It is what?
The verb to be.
The verb. Sorry. The verb. And the verb is
Are.
But this verbal phrase has another phrase in it.
Prepositional phrase.
It is a prepositional phrase. And the
But
preposition,
it also has a. Sorry, a question. It also has an adverb phrase. No, right now. It's not an adverb phrase.
yes, but pay attention to the relation of the sentence. Right now is affecting what?
Are.
The class.
So it is an adverbial phrase. So let's continue with this one. That
Yeah.
is, and then we analyze the other, right? So we say that this one is the prepositional phrase. And that prepositional phrase is constituted by
In.
a preposition first. It is in. And what else?
A determiner, but it's a.
No. Higher than that.
Well, a noun.
A noun what? A noun phrase.
Yes.
That the noun phrase has a determiner, yes. That it is
Okay.
a. And what else? A
Class.
noun. That is,
Noun class.
Class.
yeah, you see? So we have to pay attention to how to close this. This one closes this one. This one closes the noun phrase. This one closes this prepositional phrase.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is mathematics of the language, okay?
Yeah.
So now, as we have here another phrase, how do you call it?
AP. Yes.
Adverbial
Okay.
phrase. You cannot say AP because adjective is also with A.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
So in this adverbial phrase, what do we have?
The other.
Two
An
adverbs.
Two adverbs. Two adverbs. Right and now.
Two adverbs. Adverb one is right. And adverb two. Ouch. It is now. You see? So we have to close this one here, this here, and here.
And then the whole verb.
Yes. And if we say this is a sentence. You see? Do you understand?
Oh my goodness.
It is not difficult. Don't worry.
I understand that we have to be the parentheses. We have to be very careful.
I have to close this parenthesis here and open this parenthesis here because they are two different sentences, two different clauses. Right?
Wow.
Okay, so pay attention. We are going to do this in a form of a tree. I know that you love the syntactical trees. Maybe at the school you analyze it. We started with a sentence. Yes, you pay attention to this. We start with a sentence. And in this sentence, it has two main components. What are the biggest components of the sentence?
The noun phrase and the verb phrase.
The noun phrase
And
the verbal phrase. Right? So those are the two main components. Now, In the noun phrase, let's do this. In the noun phrase, we have other components. What is the component?
The noun.
The noun, only the
Noun.
noun. That's it. In the verbal phrase, we have other components. What are the components?
Verb.
The
The
verb,
verb, the prepositional phrase,
Additional phrase.
prepositional phrase,
With noun
and the
phrase.
adverbial phrase.
and adverbial phrase. Very good, because those
Yeah.
are the biggest ones. Yeah?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So here we have the verb, okay, the prepositional phrase. So in prepositional phrase, we have something. What do we have?
Noun. Noun phrase.
First,
The
before that,
preposition
the
and the noun phrase.
preposition. That's good. And the noun phrase. Ah, this thing is going to move. Oh my gosh. The noun phrase. Yes. And in adverbial phrase, we have two adverbs, right?
Yeah. Adverb 1. Adverb.
Adverb 1 and adverb 2. Adverb 2. Let me see. Later, I'm going to show you that it is easier with a program. There is a program for this. Yes, that's good. Now we are going to draw the here. Sorry, because in this noun phrase we have something. A determiner
A determiner and a noun.
and a noun. You see? And now we are going to do the lines. I did it this way, but we have to do the lines first. Let me see. Shut. You don't have to memorize it.
Memorize what?
No, a student says that it's too much information for memorizing. But it is not a matter of memorizing. It's a matter of
Practice.
Mhm. So pay attention here. Where are the lines? I don't remember where. Oh my gosh.
And formas, no?
But where is format? Ah,
Right there,
here.
right there, right there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so we have here this format here. And then we have the other one. That is this one.
Okay.
It's complicated. With this it's complicated, but later I'm going to show you how to use another program. Then we have that this one has
Teacher, we need to make someone like this for the next homework. For
Sorry?
analyze the, we need to make someone like this for make the next homework.
To do.
Okay, teacher, sorry. We need to do someone like this for the next homework.
Project, yes. So you have time for practicing before showing the project.
Okay, teacher. Great, thank you.
Don't worry.
No.
That is too much. It is a group work. You see? And you continue with the arrows till the end. And then at the end of each one of the arrows, you're going to write the word that belongs to each one. Okay?
Teacher, and what is the program for this
Give me a second.
fun trees?
Yes, I know.
So there's two ways to analyze this sentence. Like, first of all, you do that equation, and then you do the.
Yes. The thing is that with the program, the page, the web page is a web page. The web page is going to give you these three, but you need to understand how to do this to do these three. Otherwise, it is not going to be. It is not going to be good. Okay.
All right.
The three is going to be incorrect. So you have to understand which one depends on what. in order to do this. So this is the tree. If you want to replace this,
Oh,
they are in the class right now. Yes, you see? This
yeah.
is the tree for this sentence, the short sentence. That's why I told you, Christian, you have to pay attention to the sentence you choose in the text, because a very complicated sentence is going to cause you problems.
No, yeah, a song wouldn't be correct.
Right. Okay. Right. Any questions so far?
Okay.
Really?
Yes, really. Questions?
No, but I don't think it's that difficult. The thing is that it may be a little bit confusing to read at first, because you have to pay attention if within one phrase there's another type of phrase. But I mean it's
That's what's
there are the forms that we've known, the structures that you know, the verb, adjective, subject, predicate. The thing is that what makes it confusing is that within one phrase you can have another phrase. I
Yes,
think so.
it's good.
like my question is, do we have to get the paragraph out of like an article? Can it be like a kid's book or something?
Yeah, you can
Oh.
choose the book, you can choose the text.
Just go for a kid's book. Yeah.
Be a
Yeah,
kid.
kindergarten book.
George.
Yeah. Basically, because those kind of texts have very simple sentences to analyze. Okay, I used to give the class a fable. It was the lion and the mouse. But the thing is that the lion and the mouse, although it is a very easy fable, they have some complex sentences that for some students were too complicated to analyze. So for that reason, I decided this semester to say, you choose the text. Okay, I'm going to share again and show you this. This is one of the examples of the web page. It is called Umshang Tree. Okay, this is a syntax tree generator. And here we have the example. This is an example. Yep. We have here the sentence always, so you have to follow the same structure here with these. The sentence, the noun phrase, the verbal phrase, and everything. So we are going to do the example in this syntax generator. So our example is, yes?
I have a question. If you translated that sentence, would that equation look the same? Like, if you translate that into Spanish, would that sentence, that analysis will look the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Right,
it is.
cool.
I don't know what wook is, but it is the same. Esto es un, I don't know what it is. Wook. Yes, I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it is exactly the same. So we said that our sentence is, we opened the, oh my gosh. Let me see, because I don't know. Yes, this one. This is a noun. And our sentence says they. You see how things start appearing here?
Yeah.
They. Then we have a verb phrase is. Here we don't have this one, but a prepositional phrase is going to appear. And the prepositional phrase is composed by a preposition. Sorry, a preposition. Right? And that preposition is in. Yep. And it is also accompanied. Let me see here that I think that
Sure.
this way. Yes.
Book, it means fake hair.
A what? Sorry.
Fake hair.
Really? Okay.
Oh, that's wig. Like a wig?
Like a wig, yes.
Oh.
Okay. So here we have the determiner. You opened and say in class, no, in the. So you close a noun, this class, and close. No, sorry, something happened here. Yes, I didn't close this one. You have to close and open every single one. You
I
see?
think the verb to be is wrong. It's supposed to be are, no, not is.
Yes, I didn't change it.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
are in the class. You see?
Oh, okay.
You see that it is more or less the same? So you have to pay attention more or less to what we did here, that we separated the noun phrase in this part, and then we start with the verbal phrase, with this one, and start analyzing and start seeing what depends on which one. But it doesn't depend in this one, so preposition has to close. Yes. And to check if it is correct or not, because otherwise it is not going to be the same.
Can you share that the web page with us in the forum, please, when we finish?
Syntax tree generator.
Yeah, I'm going to share it with everybody in the chat right now.
Yeah, and I save it.
Yes, and you can save it. Yeah, but you have to be careful. Remember, you have to see if what you are doing here is very well represented in here. Yep. So we miss here right now, right? So it depends on the verbal phrase. So we have to open it almost on the last key. Sorry. No. Something happened. Almost in the last one. Okay, so we have to close it here. To open it here. Let's for the preposition. Yes. Here another phrase. Opened. Other one. Right. Close. Open. Other two. Now. Close. Close. Right. This is all. Do you see that it is the same? It is the same. What is more beautiful? Which one?
Second.
Yeah, mine, of course. Mine. Thank you. Disappointing again. Okay. Right. Do you think that it is difficult?
As you said, it's a matter of practicing.
Yes, and pay attention to what category you are doing or what you are analyzing in each one of the sentences. Okay? To pay attention to that. So let's do something before finishing. If you have the opportunity to open this web page, open the web page right now, this web page. And we are going to do a sentence all together and see what happens with that sentence, right? So who is going to propose the sentence? I'm going to propose it.
I was going to.
You were going to? Okay, give me the sentence.
No. I was writing one. The beautiful girl runs to her house very fast. Oh, ran, yes, to her house very fast.
Ready? Try to analyze it.
Okay, so there's a noun phrase.
You can close your mic and start analyzing it. Okay? Try to do it on the web page. and you show me if you could. I'm going to ask for some screens. Okay, okay, sorry. I was not here. All right. Okay, does anyone have the three? The three yet?
No, no, no. 1 second. I'm almost finished.
Okay.
I think I have it. I don't. I'm not sure.
Okay. So could you please, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Could you please share your screen?
Yeah, I'll try.
And let's compare. Okay, Andres.
There is there. I'm not sure about this
It
first
is
part.
correct.
The rest, I think it's okay.
It is correct.
Yeah.
The first part is correct. And the second part too.
Okay, awesome. Yeah,
How did you do that?
very happy. Well, what I actually did was that I wrote the sentence like in the in the space, and then once I did it, I just started opening the parentheses and going like in order, so I wouldn't get confused.
Okay.
So I just went
Yes, I was doing
word
the same thing.
almost word by word.
Okay. Right. Andres, could you
So I
please?
could close
Sorry?
the parentheses and don't get stop
Yes.
sharing. Do I stop sharing?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Because I am going to give you another sentence. It is the last one. It was very simple, and I know, and you have to continue. Now I'm going to write the.
Okay. Oh crap.
This is a sentence.
Oh crap.
It's a very beautiful one. The tree on the yard gives fruit. Sorry, is in, not on. I was about to write another thing, but okay. The tree in the yard gives fruit every season of the year. Remember to identify the nucleus of the main sentences. Okay? So you can start analyzing it. Remember also to identify what depends on what. Ready?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
No, there's one word that I'm not sure.
Okay.
The rest,
Could you?
I think so.
Okay, so let me see.
No. 1 second. I'm not sure.
Okay, if you want, you can share your screen, and we can see, and we can help you. Okay, to finish the tree.
Give me 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah. I'm almost finished.
Okay. And what about the others? Because it is only Andres who's talking. What about you, Luis Felipe? Is it difficult?
No, teacher, not
Good.
difficult, but in
To
my
me, it's difficult.
in my phone,
Yes.
so it's kind of difficult.
Wait. I need to put another one.
Okay.
What happened?
I'm trying to follow the last one that he did, but it's not so easy to me.
It is not so easy. Okay. So we can take time.
Yeah, but the thing is that something happened here.
Okay, I can help you. Meanwhile, with the if you have problems, we can help you. I can help you with here. Remember that this part is going to be the noun phrase. I'm going to change the color. It's too awful. This is the noun phrase. The whole one. The tree in the yard. Give fruit every season of the year is going to be the verbal phrase. Let's change the color. I don't know what color. Okay, this one. This is the verbal phrase. If we have to identify the, for example, if we have to analyze if we have to identify this one in here, we can say that this sentence is composed. This is the noun phrase. right?
Okay, I think I have it.
Okay, Andres, show it.
Could you stop sharing so I can share?
Ah,
to see?
yes. Sorry. Right.
This time I'm not sure, but I'll
Okay,
try.
let's see. Okay, so as I was telling you, we identified that this sentence has a noun phrase and a verb phrase. The noun phrase is composed by a determiner and a noun.
Yeah, but wait, I forgot to put the other noun.
Yeah, the problem is also another one, but I'm going to give you the clue. This one has a prepositional phrase here that is composed by the preposition and a noun phrase, Andres, before.
Ah, I mean, yeah, I understand.
So
Here,
close.
where it's before the determiner, yes?
Yes. But close the in. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess.
Here? Like this?
No. Noun phrase, determiner. I think that you need to close it here.
The thing is, I can see.
Ah, sorry. After the determiner, after the.
There?
Yes. You see that the noun phrase is now in the position and the determiner
Yes.
is there. So before that key, before that,
Yeah.
go one before and start. No, just one. No. After. Yes, there. Open.
Yeah. And noun.
Noun.
And yard.
Jar and close it.
Include.
Yes.
There you
You
go.
see?
Yeah, but I don't know why I skipped the noun.
That it is normal.
No, I mean, I forgot. Yes, I forgot to write the yard. I don't know. I forgot about the word yard.
Yes, but remember that a prepositional phrase always is composed by a preposition and a noun phrase. The same happens here. You miss the noun phrase.
Here, that down here, yes, in the
Yes, sorry. Yes.
in the year, yes,
Yes.
there I should have put.
Now, pay attention to this. There is another mistake. Pay attention. We
With
have
the every? I'm sure.
no. No, pay attention to this. We have the verbal phrase and the verb gives. But then we have fruit.
Yeah, there
Fruit is a noun phrase.
On its own.
Before fruit, yes, on its own. Remember that a noun phrase can be composed but only one. Exactly, and close it. Yes. Every year, every season, before the noun of season.
Noun phrase.
Is a noun phrase. Yes, but every in this case is not an
adverb. That was my doubt.
No, it is not an adverb. So erase that noun phrase. Erase it. No, don't erase everything. Only the MP. And go to other phrase.
Yeah.
And replace it.
By what?
Noun phrase.
It's a noun phrase.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't know. Sorry.
The thing is that every is a quantifier in this case. It is not an adverb.
So it's, how do I write it?
Like a determiner.
It's a determiner, yes.
Yes.
I wasn't sure about that one.
Yes, Maria Fernanda. Everything will be part of the noun phrase. That's why I told you. You have to pay attention to what depends on what. Every season of the year depends on that noun phrase.
The word every was the one that had me
confused.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's why I told you that it was there. So I just wrote something so I could show you, but I wasn't sure about the every.
Okay.
Confused with.
But anyway, it is a good analysis, right? Because you are on the way.
Yeah. For example, I didn't know that here you had to put noun phrase and then down the noun.
Yes.
Now I know.
Usually.
Okay,
Usually.
great.
The same happens at the end and you see, right?
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, guys. I know that you have a lot of doubts, but during this week, try to do it. Try to practice. Next class, I am going to devote the time for practicing. Okay? For continue practicing this analysis of the sentences that I know that sometimes it is hard because of the relationship between the phrases. Right? Okay. So,
Okay.
any question?
No, it's of practicing,
Mhm.
doing it several times.
Okay, and the rest?
Yes, we have to try to do ourselves.
Yes, we have to practice. Because
Yeah, as you don't have much work, I mean, only one activity during this week, try to practice on the web. And
Yes,
next class, we spend time doing it.
it's like to learn other language.
Yes, I know.
I think the clue is to learn the whole names for each part of the sentence, no?
Uh-huh, yes. And how they are divided and how they depend on the other. Mhm. Yes, I agree with you.
Teacher, could you please upload this video as soon as possible?
I usually do it tonight.
Yeah, teacher, because I really need to watch it again. So
Okay, don't worry. Yes, I am going to upload, as usual, this video and the two slides. Okay, for you to check a little bit more about this one. Yep.
thank you, teacher.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for attending the class. See you next Wednesday. Thursday. Sorry. See you
Monday.
next Thursday. Have a nice week.
On Monday, on Monday.
Today's
Why Thursday?
Today's Monday.
today is Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am kind of. I'm kind of.
Hope it's Thursday, but no.
It's
Still
Saturday,
have the whole week to go.
Believe me, I was thinking that today was Thursday, but okay, next Monday. Have a nice week. Okay.
Have a nice week.
Thank you.
Same
Thank
to
you.
you.
Bye,
Thank you very
everyone.
much, teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, teach. Thank you.
Bye bye.